I help with the application and recruitment efforts for a few of the regions that Yes Education are involved with. So our office is located at the Sippy Downs Sunshine Coast campus, and we also have colleagues located in our campus locations closer to Brisbane. So USC has 5 main study locations. So students looking to study in Australia can select from a range of campus locations that USC offers. We have our regional campuses, which are located in the Fraser Coast near Fraser Island, and Gympie and the Sunshine Coast. And then our metropolitan campuses are located in Caboolture and Moreton Bay, a bit closer to Brisbane City. So again, our campus locations vary in offerings. So for example, our Sunshine Coast campus and our Moreton Bay campus are our main flagship campuses, probably with the highest number of students enrolled. And then our Caboolture, Fraser Coast and Gympie campuses are our smaller or specialised, more regional campus locations. This is an image of the campus I'm sitting at today. So the Sunshine Coast campus, which is located in the Sippy Downs suburb, has a beautiful campus building surrounds. We have the student or private accommodation nearby, just behind our main campus and lake. We have the beach in the background, just a short 10 to 15 minute car or bus ride away. We've got the Mooloolah River National Park nearby, the high performance sports precinct, and a range of greenery. We are also located on a wildlife reserve with kangaroos and over 200 other species of flora and fauna on campus. So I guess you may already know a little bit, but we do have some quick facts about Australia for students who are interested in studying abroad. So the Sunshine Coast is a very popular holiday and tourism destination. We're known for our beautiful beaches, hinterland and rainforest, shopping, retail, and hospitality. Brisbane City is the capital city of Queensland, and it's about a 90-minute drive south of USC Sunshine Coast campus. Our campus was founded in 1996, so it does make us one of the youngest universities in Australia. In Australia, the Indigenous Australians are the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people of Australia. And today I do acknowledge we are sitting on the Kabi Kabi land, and we also pay respects to the past, present, future, and emerging. So Australians, you may already know, we are known as Aussies. And here on the Sunshine Coast, we are known for the laid back or beach lifestyle. Population of Australia, which is quite a large area, is approximately 25 million people back in 2019. And we are the 6th largest country by area. So the Sunshine Coast campus is located in the on the east coast of Australia. So we are known for that coastal lifestyle in the southeast Queensland region. Some of our key statistics include USC having 14,500 students. We have more than 100 program options to choose from. And we have almost 25,000 graduates who have completed studies with USC. So at USC, our median age of students is around 26 years of age. So compared to some other institutions, we do have a more mature age student market. Overall, as a complete university, 74% of our students are enrolled full-time, and 85% of our graduates are employed within 3 months of finishing their USC degree. So 86% of our students are enrolled in undergraduate and pathway programs, with 14% enrolled in postgraduate or research programs. We also have approximately 26 research fields here on offer. So a little bit more about our student community and key statistics is that here on the southeast Queensland coast of Australia, international students make up around 10 to 15% of the entire student population. So here on campus, we have almost 2,000 students coming from 70 different countries. So USC was recently ranked above world standard in 26 research fields, which is such a great achievement for a small or a younger university. We were also very recently placed 26th out of 1,115 universities worldwide by the Times Higher Education for its impact rankings. So that is a global performance indicator which rates universities against the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And we were placed one of the highest Queensland universities with a score of 92.1 out of 100. So that reflects a lot about how our campus, sort of our campus lifestyle and our campus missions. In saying that, we're also rated one of Australia's highest rated public universities for teaching quality, overall student experience, skills development, social equity, first generation, and learning resources. So we offer a 5-star education with high student satisfaction. We have a very wide range of study options available with excellent academic and student support services. USC's programs are career focused with hands-on training, and we have modern campus locations with world-class facilities. So USC's course fees are often quite affordable and competitive, and we have a fairly standard application process, making it easy for our partners and our students. So moving on to a little bit more about the program offerings at USC, we do offer both undergraduate and postgraduate levels of programs, as well as English language programs here on campus. So a few of the areas that we focus on include business, IT, and tourism, creative industries, design and communication, education, engineering and science, health, nursing and sports science, humanities, psychology and social science, as well as law and criminology. We do have a full range of the tuition fees for each of our programs, as well as other costs listed on our website under tuition fees. So some of our popular programs we'll go through now include a range of different study areas, such as the Bachelor of Nursing Science. So we offer 2 popular nursing programs at USC, the Bachelor of Nursing Science Graduate Entry, GE, or the Bachelor of Nursing Science Standard program, which is 3 years. The Graduate Entry program is a 2.3-year program designed for students who already hold an equivalent bachelor degree. So in the Graduate Entry program, students would complete around 800 hours of work placement in a clinical setting. They would learn the foundation studies for nursing, such as anatomy, physiology, health assessment, and drug therapy. They would also learn skills to assess and care for patients. And they can also have the opportunity to continue learning with USC through an honors or a master's program. We also offer a range of business and IT programs, such as our popular Bachelor of Information, Communication and Technology program, also known as the BICT program. So at USC, we have world-class facilities here on campus, and IT, especially now during the recent pandemic, things are moving more online. People are considering IT and communication more and more throughout their business models and their personal lives. So this is a great program for students who are interested in computers, smartphones, networks, innovation, gaming, coding, anything like that. We do have a range of programs in those areas. So students who may excel or be interested in problem solving, artificial worlds, they can learn all about this in our BICT program. The Master of Social Work qualifying is also a very popular program here at USC. So this program equips people to become registered social workers with the Australian Association of Social Workers, or AASW. In this program, students will have the ability to develop their skills, provide critical, reflective and analytical social work practitioner. They will be able to build advanced knowledge and skills in areas they choose to specialize in. And they will also complete 2 field education placements, which total to 1,000 hours. This could be in a range of areas such as health, mental health, disability, child protection, family violence, homelessness, working with Indigenous communities or refugees, families, elderly, and a whole range of other areas related to this field. So those 3 programs are some of our most popular programs in markets that we work with, Yes Education. However, we do have a full list of program offerings on our USC website. To go over a few different options within each of our schools or study areas, you'll see on the table here, we do offer a range of other popular programs that students tend to apply for. So in our business field, a lot of students opt for the Bachelor of Business or the Bachelor of Business Commerce Accounting or the Master of Business Administration MBA program. We have a growing popularity in our creative industries, design and communication programs. This includes our Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Communication, Bachelor of Creative Industries, and the Bachelor of Design. We also have a number of programs in our education school. So students are often interested in our Bachelor of Primary Education, our dual degrees, so Bachelor of Education Secondary and Bachelor of Education Science. We also have 2 postgraduate programs, so the Master of Teaching Secondary and the Master of Teaching Primary. In our engineering school, we also have a number of engineering programs. So we have civil engineering, mechanical, mechatronic, and electrical. We also have a brand new program, the Bachelor of Computer Science, and a range of other science programs such as environmental science and animal ecology. One of our popular schools of studies is the Health, Nursing and Sports Science School. So that includes programs such as health science, nutrition, biomedical science, and nursing. In our humanities school, psychology and social science school, we offer the Bachelor of Social Work, Master of Counselling, Master of Psychology Clinical, and the Master of Social Work qualifying. And in our Law and Criminology school, we have the Bachelor of Criminology and Justice, Bachelor of Laws, and also a Graduate Entry Law program. So this table is just a few of our common programs. We do also have a full range of programs on our website. I can see we have a few questions already, so I'll leave those for the end and get back to those as well. So moving on to our next slide, talking a little bit about our entry requirements for some of those programs. We'll briefly go over that now. Essentially, we generally recommend a 3-step process to checking the requirements. So first, in step 1, we recommend referring to the relevant welcome packs, which ourselves at USC and Yes Education can provide more information on later as well. We also recommend step 2, referring to USC's application process and region-specific guidelines, which we can go into a bit more detail after this presentation as well. And then step 3, the most common method for our entry requirements or process checking is referring to our USC website and program pages. So on our website, we do have an entry requirements webpage for standard programs. So quite often we refer to programs as standard and non-standard. So standard programs are those programs with general requirements, no additional requirements, such as business, arts, some of our science programs. Non-standard programs are those with additional or higher requirements, such as nursing, social work, and engineering. So on our website in step 3, we do have a region-specific entry requirements webpage on our website, but we also have additional resources that we can share that provide this in PDF format. So when checking the entry requirements, there are a number of things to consider. So firstly, we want to consider the English requirements. So you can check the English requirements on our USC website under the English requirements table. So on that page, we have 3 tables, Table 1, Table 2, and Table 3. Table 1 is for our standard programs. Table 2 is for our non-standard programs or programs with additional requirements. And Table 3 is a region-specific table. Moving on, we would then check the academic requirements. So for checking academic requirements, we do recommend referring to the program page for the program the student is interested in on our USC website. We also have the academic requirements in all of our application and region-specific guidelines, which are included in agent packs that we can follow up on as well. Lastly, we also want to check any application or genuine temporary entrant, GTE requirements. So GTE requirements may vary depending on the evidentiary requirements of the region or the applicant. So that might include things such as submitting a statement of purpose, a representative checklist. For some, it may include a summary of funds form and additional supporting documents such as previous COEs or visa notifications, any explanations of gaps, and potentially a CV or resume if that is required as well. So for example, specifically to USC's programs, we do have a few general examples here for you. So for example, a student applying for the Bachelor of Nursing Science Graduate Entry Program, what we would do for English is we would recommend they refer to Table 2 on our USC website under English Language Requirements, where you will find that the English requirement for this program is an IELTS academic overall score of 7 with no less than 7 in each subscore, or the equivalent tests such as TOEFL, PTE, OET, and the equivalent PTE would be an overall score of 65 with no less than 65 in each subscore. Moving on to the academics. For this program, applicants must complete an unspecified Australian bachelor degree, AQF level 7, or equivalent degree from an international university. So essentially, they would need to hold an equivalent Australian bachelor degree for entry. Our team will be able to assess any overseas qualifications and confirm that equivalency for you. Other requirements to consider includes any GTE requirements, any other application or program specific requirements. So for example, an additional requirement may be in our Master of Social Work. In addition to our English requirements, our academic requirements, the Master of Social Work has a program specific requirement. So this is outlined by the School of Social Science. Students also need to submit a social work statement and potentially attend an online interview with the program coordinator. So that's just an example of how some of our standard or non-standard programs do have different requirements, and that we do always recommend referring to our program page and processes to make that process easy for you. A little bit more about our scholarships for some of the programs we have mentioned. So USC, being quite a small and young university, our scholarships are often quite limited. However, right now we do have a range of scholarships available. So for our English language programs in 2021, we do have a number of scholarships available. This includes a 15% tuition fee reduction off the entire EAP program, plus $1,000 off the first EAP program. And then moving forward into an award program with USC, the student would receive 15% off their entire USC program, an additional $1,000 off their first USC semester. For our standard programs that aren't packaged with English, we do offer the International Student Outlook Scholarship. So this is a 15% tuition fee reduction off the entire duration of a student's program. So this has been extended for 2021 and 2022 intakes. So any students applying for a USC Queensland campus during 2021 or 2022 would be eligible for this scholarship, and we appoint this at the time of application. So we do also have a web page full of external scholarships or funding opportunities, which can be found on our website, which is usc.edu.au/study/scholarships, where there are a range of other funding or scholarship opportunities administered by external opportunities. So moving on to our facilities or our industry or research connections, we are a growing and innovative university. We are excited that a lot of our campus locations are very modern with new or high quality facilities. So some of our key selling points or popular facilities on campus include here at USC Sunshine Coast. You would have seen in our image earlier, we have the high performance sports precinct. We also have a brand new performing arts center, which was a $5 million build with a brand new makerspace. We also have a range of health and medical facilities such as simulation labs, mock hospitals, and nutrition kitchens. We offer moot courts, we have an art gallery, and we also have the Cave 2, which is a world-class 320-degree immersive 3D visual space. It is only one of 3, I believe, in the world, and USC is the only campus that uses this facility for students and teaching. The other Cave 2s are only for research or academic purposes. USC also has a range of collaborative studios where students would complete workshops or tutorials, with high-tech 3D visualization workshop spaces being available. We also have state-of-the-art engineering facilities, so facilities for robotics, automation, training areas, manufacturing, and other testing. On our campus here, we also have a telehealth clinic. So our social science and psychology students often have the opportunity to have experience in those areas. USC is growing in its research capabilities. So we have a number of centers that USC is associated with or hosts on campus. We have the Thompson Institute, Forest Research Institute, Human Factors and Socio-Technical Systems Center. We have the Gene Ecology Research Center, Australian Centre for Pacific Island Research, and an Indigenous and Transcultural Centre here on campus. Some of our research concentrations and clusters include a seaweed research group, adolescent risk research group, and a road safety collaboration. Some of our other collaborative research areas include various research partnerships. So for example, some of our recent research partnerships include partnerships between USC and the Queensland Government for sustainable transport options. And we also have recently partnered between USC and the Noosa Biosphere Reserve Foundation. So that is located, Noosa is about a 30 to 40-minute drive north of our Sunshine Coast campus. We also have the Fraser Island Research Centre, the Innovation Centre, and we work with the Sunshine Coast Health Institute, which is located at the Sunshine Coast University Hospital. So the Sunshine Coast University Hospital, which is also referred to most commonly as SCU, is located in Batinia, which is about a 15-minute drive from campus here at USC Sunshine Coast. And that is a university hospital that USC works closely with, and students often have the opportunity to complete their placements or work experiences there. Some courses even have their classes there. Some of our other industry or research connections include the online USC Student Hub, which is a platform where USC students can search for workshops, programs, events, work experience, or internships. And we also have on campus a work integrated learning team, an employability team, which students can access and benefit from. So a little bit more about our campus life and events. USC is quite a vibrant and lively campus. Like I mentioned earlier, we are located on a wildlife reserve, and we do have a national park located nearby. So some of our activities, clubs, or events that USC students have access to are offered through our USC Student Guild or our USC Uni Club. So some of our clubs include outdoor and recreation clubs, the Business School Association, we have an engineering club, we have a nursing student association, and we have some pretty crazy sporting clubs. So you are reading that right. We do have a Quidditch League club and a basketball club. We're also home to a number of national sporting teams here on campus. So there's often opportunities to watch sports live in our brand new stadium, as well as nearby in other facilities. We also have a film club, a Vietnamese association in Sunshine Coast, VASC, and we have a range of other religion or faith-based clubs that students may wish to partake or participate in. Some of our other campus and student life offerings include USC has an events calendar where students can view what events are happening on campus. We also offer a range of orientation week events before the start of each semester. More recently, these have been moved to online due to the current circumstances related to COVID. However, we usually do offer those on campus. And it's a very great week for students to become familiar with the campus, meet some friends or students, meet their academics, and also become familiar with the area. We also have a range of social sport and fitness options or opportunities. We have a fitness center or gym on campus. We have a range of health and well-being initiatives as well. And we also have a range of academic drop-in or workshop sessions where students can get help with any assessments or learn more about other fields or areas of study. Going on from our campus life and student life, we do have a range of accommodation options located on the Sunshine Coast. So obviously we do have external or online sources that students can select from personally. So that might include from websites such as realestate.com, Domain, flatmates.com, things like that. But some of our most popular accommodation options include the privately owned resort style accommodation, which is just a 5-minute walk from our campus here on the Sunshine Coast. So these options are fully furnished apartments with self-contained kitchens and a private bathroom or toilet. So it's generally a ensuite bedroom with sometimes a shared lounge or living space. Obviously, the types of accommodation can vary depending on the student's preference and the price range as well. Most of these accommodation options have leisure activities such as swimming, tennis courts, basketball courts, volleyball, there's fitness centers, and also barbecue areas. Some of these options also have game rooms or hangout rooms as well. So some of these options include Varsity Apartments, Uni Central, and The Village. So USC doesn't offer any, USC doesn't administer any accommodation. So it is all privately and externally owned. However, it is very close to campus and USC works quite closely with those providers. In saying that, we do also offer a range of health and well-being initiatives for our students as well. We want our students to do the best and be the best that they can be. And we do offer a range of initiatives to help with that. So USC offers a range of academic and learning support. We offer student success guidance. Students have the option to access any counseling or disability support services. We do have on campus quite a diverse and inclusive culture. We have on-campus security 24 hours, 7 days a week, which is Safe USC. We have a number of health and well-being programs. Like I mentioned earlier, a large list of clubs, societies, and student groups, and also access to career and employability information. So why should students choose USC? We offer 5-star education and high student satisfaction. There are a range of study options students can choose from. We have excellent academic and student support services. We provide an authentic Australian experience with 90% of USC students being domestic and the remaining 10 being international students from a range of different regions. We have modern campus locations with world-class facilities. There are resort-style accommodation options located nearby. We have a number of research, industry, and collaboration links. USC's programs and course fees are very affordable, especially now with additional scholarships involved. You'll find that our pricing is quite competitive in our market. We have excellent Good University Guides rankings, and we continue to do so. And we also believe that USC, we see opportunity everywhere. So whatever the student's goal is, we see opportunity for them. And that's clear with what we provide and what we offer. So we are always open and welcoming your students here on campus to USC. So a little bit about today's, introduction to USC is we went over some of USC's key points, such as the student community and statistics. We went over some of our popular programs, some of our entry requirements and where to locate them, our scholarships and fees, our industry links, some of our popular facilities, our campus and student life, and also possible accommodation options for students. In saying that, I would like to thank you for your time and for participating in today's session. We will be over to questions with Bo from Yes Education. And if you do have any further questions, we do encourage you to contact them as well.
Thank you so much, Georgia. That was fantastic. Great to go through that presentation and see so many great selling points for USC, and the courses are fantastic and the facilities are great as well.
Yes,
and
thank you.
I'm sure everyone got a really great benefit out of your presentation. It was very, very engaging. So we've got a lot of questions. So
yes, yeah.
We'll start off by going start off at the top. One question is, can you go over the entry requirement for UG and PG for primary and secondary, I think, for education.
So the education programs?
Yeah, I'm not sure what market they're referring to. They haven't specified, but maybe you could talk in general exactly maybe what GPA or high school requirement you'd need.
Sure. So it does vary in, I guess, the qualification or the student's background. But for a general overview, for example, our Bachelor of Primary Education, which is a 4-year program, it does have the ATAR or rank, so the Australian ATAR or rank of 68. Yeah. So for example, we would look into that from our end and confirm the equivalency for you. For example, some of our undergraduate entry requirements, let's say we're looking at
I think I saw Vietnam was for some courses 7.0 for high school.
So
high school
for Vietnam, yeah, we would generally require a GPA of 7 in the graduate diploma for general upper secondary education. So for our education programs, we do also have prerequisites. So students would have to meet, for example, English, maths, and a science subject, which we would then review on their transcripts. So it can be hard to give a flat advice on the education programs because it does vary on their previous studies. But generally, they would need to have a certain GPA for their secondary schooling or an equivalent education. So if they've already completed a bachelor degree, they would then need to meet our equivalent ATAR and prerequisites. So we'd be happy to provide a bit more information on that when the applications come through as well.
Great, fantastic. Next question is, can the student package ELICOS with the social work courses?
So that's a great question. Unfortunately, our social work program only accepts an IELTS 7 with no less than 7 in each subscore. So that's the academic IELTS. Our English programs would not provide that students would not exit out with that result. So unfortunately, it wouldn't be possible to package the English programs with social work.
Got it.
In some cases, we may be able to consider that on a case-by-case basis, but generally it wouldn't meet the requirements set out by the registering body.
Mm-hmm. And that would be the same for nursing as well. But for other courses, you could of course do ELICOS to gain entry into that into other courses.
Yeah. So for most of our standard programs like business, arts, some of our science programs, our English programs would meet requirements for our undergraduate programs. However, for the non-standard programs such as nursing and social work, unfortunately, our English programs wouldn't meet those requirements. And generally that is sort of guided by the registering bodies for those programs.
For the MBA program, does it require working experience if the student's coming from an unrelated degree before?
So at USC, we offer 2 MBA programs. We offer the standard MBA program, which does not require any we offer the standard MBA program, which does require work experience. But then we offer the MBA extended, which doesn't require any work experience. So essentially the standard MBA is an accelerated version, and then the extended is a longer version that covers the foundations. So they would only need work experience.
2 years, right? And the normal MBA 1.5?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Great.
And our USC School of Business review those applications and determine if the work experience meets the requirement. But generally for the extended, it's fine for applicants to apply for that if they have no relevant background.
Let's see. Stated that some refund need to be provided. How about your the GTE requirements? So at what stage do you need to see the GTE? Is it after receiving the student receives the offer letter, then they start supplying the GTE, or is that beforehand? And would they need to provide their bank statement along with the GTE?
Sure. So essentially, we can proceed with the application without the GTE documents, and we would then offer a conditional offer based on GTE, depending on the risk of the region or the application as a whole. We do sort of have guidance from the Department of Home Affairs document checklist tool. So for example, our GTE requirement in regards to the summary of funds form, if USC was to request that from you, we would provide you with the form and outline what supporting documents we would wish to see. And that would usually include the bank statement or a loan statement confirming that the financials are available and belong to the person that it is outlined to be belonged to. But essentially at the very initial point, we can issue a conditional offer for students if there's no GTE provided. And again, it is very case-by-case basis. So depending on the application and if there are any concerns there.
Sure, fantastic. Or they could supply the GTE at the application stage as well and get full offer.
Yeah, so that's always the best if it's all supplied at the very beginning.
That's right.
That's great.
What I recommend to everyone. Yes, that it all gets at the beginning.
And we can submit that and process that very quickly for you. Yeah.
Okay, that's very clear. Thank you. Another question from Puru. What is your policy on visa grants? I'm not sure what you mean by that question, Puru, because USC is not they're not granting the visa, so that's up to the Australian government. So I'm not. So maybe Puru, you could specify what you mean about that. I'll move on to the next question. So this is about scholarships. Is the $1,000 additional scholarship applied to both onshore and offshore enrollment?
So we have a number of scholarships. So with the $1,000 scholarship, there are that is in relation to students who are packaged with the English programs. So students who are packaged with an English program into a bachelor program have access to that $1,000 scholarship. So that would apply to either onshore or offshore students. So we do have right now a few students who are located in Japan, and they are studying their EAP program online in Japan. and then they will be starting their Bachelor of Business online in Japan. And for example, they are receiving the 15% and $1,000 scholarships for those
Right.
studies.
And just staying on scholarships, I got another question from one of my Vietnamese partners. She could, could you give an example of like a typical scholarship from offshore or onshore Vietnam?
Yeah, sure. So essentially our 15% International Student Outlook Scholarship applies to everyone and anyone. It is a 15% reduction for their entire program if they start in 2021 or 2022. So for example,
online, offline.
Yeah, online, offline, any sort of study option.
Yeah, any study option. Great.
Yeah, so we don't have any programs that are excluded. So that includes our nursing programs, our social work programs, engineering. So for example, our nursing program is about 14,200 per semester. And with the scholarship, it brings it down to approximately 12,300. And over the long course of the program, it brings it quite significantly down. So I guess an onshore example would be somebody studying a bachelor gets a 15% reduction. The same with offshore. Somebody wanting to start online would be eligible for that 15% as well.
Fantastic. That's great. And that the scholarship is awarded automatically at what stage? At the offer stage, right? And no need to apply for the scholarship, right? It's automatically considered.
Yeah. So our office, the international office here at USC, apply it. We don't need any additional information. I guess the only parameter really is the intake. So it is for 2021 and 2022. Fantastic. But we applied at the point of application and offer, and it will be outlined in the offer letter as well.
Okay, very good. I hope that answers your question, Yulman. If you need to clarify, just let me know after this. Next question is from one of our Japanese partners. Hiroyuki asks, I'm looking after Japanese students. One of our clients is interested in Bachelor of Sport and Exercise Science. She is a high school student at this stage. And he said, normally after you graduate from high school in Japan, you need to start a foundation course in Australia, depending on the provider and depending on the education system. But for University of Sunshine Coast, would that student, if they finish high school, would they need to do a bridging program or a pathway program, or can they enter bachelor directly?
So again, I guess it would just depend on their profile and their background, but we do accept Japanese high school graduates. So for our undergraduate programs, we usually require successful completion of their upper secondary schooling. So we just require the graduation certificate, and successful completion of that would meet most of our standard programs.
Great. And then they can enter bachelor first year
directly.
Great.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah, so I won't say that's a blanket rule because sometimes it can vary depending on their studies, but we do accept Japanese high school graduates or high school leavers directly into USC programs.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, I hope that answers your question, Hiroyuki, and you can get in touch with me after this if you want to go forward with that application. Next one is, can the student start the program online prior to receiving your visa? Or can they only start after they receive the visa? Also, if a student has already started the program online and the visa is refused, then what is the refund policy of USC?
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, that's a good question. With the visa grant, I do believe students can start online, offshore, at any point, provided they meet USC's requirements and receive an offer and whatnot. I do believe they can start before or after their visa grant. In regards to if they were refused after commencing, with the refund policy would apply. I would have to confirm with my compliance team how that would be handled. But essentially, I do believe the refund policy that USC has would apply to that case. It would also depend on the specific case itself, sort of as to reasons why or how that occurred.
Yeah, that is quite
Um,
complicated. That's
yeah,
true.
so it would be
Same with
better
other
for our compliance team to help with that one.
Yeah, yeah. So you just check with that. For example, if the student studies online now, English or bachelor, and then down the line they get their visa refused, what
Yeah,
would be the refund policy if they've already started as well, and obviously paid
yeah,
for one semester, let's say.
yeah, exactly. That's a great question. So I'll definitely raise that with our compliance team and see if they do have any sort of broad information they can provide for us.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the English entry requirement for Bachelor and Master of Education? And do you accept any other English test other than IELTS? And that
Yep.
would include Duolingo, TOEFL, and any other online test. Would you accept for Bachelor and Master of Education?
For education.
Yeah, for
So
education.
education programs are quite specific in what we can accept. So currently we are only accepting an academic IELTS. So for all of our education programs, the English requirement is quite high. So for our Master of Teaching, Bachelor of Education, the overall academic IELTS is a 7.5 overall, with a minimum of 8 in speaking and listening and 7 in reading and writing.
Yeah.
So that is sort of outlined by our accreditation body, and we only accept IELTS or alternatively language of instruction. So any students who have completed at least 2 years of senior secondary in English within the last 5 years in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the UK, USA, they would be eligible for LOI. However, we do find that a lot of international students find the LOI hard to meet. So we always recommend the academic IELTS.
Good. Okay, fantastic. That's very clear. Okay. Are there any scholarships available for engineering? Yes, all programs are considered for scholarships, and like Georgia said, it's 15%.
Yeah.
If student doesn't meet entry requirement for nursing and social work, can they package with EAP? No, I'm pretty sure you gotta have direct. Nursing and social work, you gotta have direct.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
Georgia explained
So
before.
I guess in the past we did consider it case by case, where students would package English with those programs. However, they still had to take a formal test post English. More recently, just because of the quota-based programs and accreditation, the packages were sort of put on hold and the direct entry was more encouraged. So with the social work and English, it is the higher requirements, the 7s. We do recommend the IELTS for the social work, or for example, nursing. There's a range of other tests that can be taken as well. Yeah, so unfortunately for now, we don't package the English with the nursing and social work.
Yeah, that's common elsewhere as well. That's fair. That's fairly standard. Okay. Kim asks, do students send portfolios for the design program? So I think for all your design programs, do you need a portfolio to apply?
So for our design programs, we don't have any additional program specific requirements. It's just our usual application process. We don't require any portfolios or exemplars of work. If that was to change in the future, we would of course let you know, but at this stage, we don't need any portfolio.
Sure.
Yeah.
And just going back to the scholarship, Yum wants to clarify. So 15%, does that include for the ELICOS program as well? So she asked 15% of ELICOS. So for example, if the student has to do ELICOS, would they get 50% off ELICOS, then 1,000 Australian dollars on top of that? Plus 15% scholarship for the entire program, and then 1,000 Australian dollars on top of that as well. Is that what you mean?
Yep. So you've got that right for our 2021 intake. So our EAP scholarship has not yet been approved for 2022. So at this stage, it is in regards to this year, but that is for English program, they would get the 15 and the 1,000. And then their bachelor program, they would get the 15 and the 1,000.
1,000. Great.
Yeah.
Very clear. And at the moment, that's just for this year, but next year, not decided just yet, but there will be the 15, there will be the 15% at
15
least.
regardless. Yep. Yep.
Okay.
So that is all still being discussed at the moment. And we do hope to have some sort of additional information and exciting information regarding that shortly, hopefully.
Great. Fantastic. All right. I think that clears everything up.
Yeah.
Great. All right. Any more questions from anyone? Don't be shy. Yeah, it's been really great to talk with you today, Georgia, and especially for our team as well. This is our first time to have a training with you guys. So it was really great to learn more about you guys, and hopefully some of our team can, when it's safe to do so, we could visit your campus as well and
yes. Yeah, we would love to host you and show you. Yeah. And I am happy to provide any additional training, whether that's submitting applications or marketing training. Just feel free to be in contact and we're happy to help with that as well.
Sure, we will. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to mention we are hoping, all things considered with COVID, we are hoping to host an agent event for our onshore partners shortly at our brand new USC Moreton Bay campus. So hopefully we can do something in the future like that with Yes Education and their partners.
That would be great. We'd be very interested.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds great.
Sounds great. Okay, thank you everyone for joining today. And if you did have any more questions on USC about applications or entry requirements, simply get in touch with myself or your closest Yes Education representative team member, and we'll be sure to help with your inquiry and your applications. We'd love to see more applications coming in for USC because it's such a great university. And thank you, Georgia, of course, for your support today and your great presentation. And then you will be in touch. I'll be in touch with you if I have any more questions as well.
Sounds great. And thank you so much for your time and thank you for joining. It was great to meet you virtually.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, we'll sign off and we'll be in touch again soon. Thank you, Georgia.
Great. Thank you. Stay safe.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Yeah, Marilyn, you can, I think Johnny has put my email there, bo@yesedugroup.com.au. So if you have any questions, Marilyn, you can ask me on that email just there. Hope you get it. Okay, thank you, everyone. See you soon. Thanks, Alice. Nice to see you here. Great, acknowledged.